and welcome to Inside Outlook. I'm Jeff Havers, Superintendent of Pemberton Township Schools. As summer begins to wind down and we start preparing for the new school year, I want to share some important information regarding one of our district's goals. This year, we'll be emphasizing the importance of student attendance for all students, from preschool through 12th grade. To help explain the reasons why regular attendance is so important, I had the pleasure of being joined by two of our principals today, Ms. Strege from Helen Fort Middle School and Mr. Thorpe from Denbo Crichton Elementary School. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Thorpe, your school houses kindergarten through 5th grade students. Tell us why attendance matters, even as young as in kindergarten.
Sure. In our primary grades, our students are learning the foundational skills for reading, and if they are absent too often to be considered chronically absent, then it affects their reading on grade level by grade 3. If students are not reading on grade level by grade 3, our students are more likely to drop out of school.
So you use the term chronic absenteeism, Mr. Thorpe. Can you define that for us?
Sure. Chronic absenteeism is missing 10% or more of the total enrolled school days in a school year. So in Pemberton Township, in a 180-day school year, that would be 18 days of school or more to be absent.
All right. Ms. Strege, students can have both excused absences and unexcused absences. Can you tell us the difference between those days and how they factor into chronic absenteeism?
Sure. Our student handbook very clearly outlines what an excused absence looks like. Perhaps a student has a dentist appointment or needs to see a doctor. An unexcused absence is a day where a student cannot produce a doctor's note or is, for another reason, absent from school that doesn't conform to the Board of Education policy for absences.
Okay, so just to clarify, if my child has an extended illness and is absent for 10 days, they have a doctor's note, those are excused absence. That's an excused absence, but that's still counted in the total for the year?
That's right. Even excused absences are counted against our chronic absenteeism rate. So we want to encourage at every measure parents to bring their students in. Even if a student has a dentist appointment in the morning, we want to capture that student for the rest of the day so that they don't miss out on too much instruction.
Yeah, so we try our best to schedule an appointment later in the afternoon,
right,
outside of school, but if we can't, if we do an early morning appointment or a late appointment, then we can still get half the day in, right?
That's right.
And our students don't miss the class and don't fall behind.
That's right.
Right. Ms. Strege, Mr. Thorpe told us about how chronic absenteeism can affect younger students. What are some of the issues created for middle school and high school students who are chronically absent?
Mr. Thorpe spoke about the foundational skills that they learn in grades K through 5, and middle school is also foundational. We have as our primary focus getting students ready for high school. So when they're absent from school, they miss out on instruction that's really prepping them to be successful as freshmen, as seniors, and beyond. We also know that students who are chronically absent are more likely to be suspended from school, whether that's in middle school or even later on in high school. And those students who are chronically absent experience more encounters with the criminal justice system. And that's certainly something that we want to avoid.
Right, so there's definitely some real concerns when students are absent, if they're chronically absent, right? But there are also clearly benefits in coming to school each day, right? So what are some of the benefits that you can talk about, Mr. Thorpe, in terms of how a student's learning experience and overall academic experience is enhanced?
Sure. By coming to school each day, your academic experience is going to be enhanced. You're going to learn the foundational skills that'll strengthen you for the higher order thinking skills. You'll also benefit social-emotionally by having a consistent routine each and every day. We want to make sure that our students are set up for success, and by being in school each and every day, we are giving them the best opportunity to succeed here in Pemberton Township Schools.
And Ms. Strege, what's the benefit of attendance in middle school and high school in terms of coming to school as much as you can?
Particularly in middle school, students are trying to figure out who they are. And the relationships they build with their peers, with their teachers, with coaches who are instrumental in ensuring their success Those relationships are so critical to develop at the middle school level. So if they're not in school, they're missing out on those relationships and in the benefits that those relationships produce as a lasting effect.
All right. Before we close, I'd like to emphasize that we are here to help any family or student struggling with attendance. Can you both speak to that?
Sure. We have an attendance committee at Denbo Crichton that helps parents to set their children up for success. So it might just be a conversation that we have with them in order to find out how we can support the parents at home with getting their students to school on time each and every day.
And Ms. Struggy?
Like Brett, we also have an attendance committee, and our guidance counselors and CST members are instrumental in reaching out to families who are experiencing chronic absenteeism.
Thank you both very much for joining us today and helping explain the important issues facing our students in our schools in terms of attendance. And I know this is a nationwide problem, so we're
Yes.
going to tackle it here at Pemberton so we get our kids into school and help build those foundational skills, those lifelong skills, and get them socially, emotionally, and academically supported. So thank you. We will continue our efforts to increase student attendance throughout the year, and we ask for your help in making sure your child comes to school regularly. That's our show for today. We look forward to seeing you next time on Inside Outlook. Thank you.